For those of you looking to diarize something fun, look no further than the 30th of this month. Lebowakgomo in Limpopo will be the place to be if you're a fan of gospel music. And we do know it's such a massive genre in South Africa. It's an all-white event with a variety of artists, I'm assuming they mean the clothes, ready to entertain you. One of them is Afro-pop artist Kraizie On, and he joins me now in the studio to talk about what they can expect. Thank you so much for making the time this afternoon. I know our musicians are busy again now after those difficult few years. This is a gospel event, but you're an Afro-pop star. Talk to me about why you're appearing there and the role of gospel music in your musical upbringing.
My music is very spiritual. That's easy. That's why I'm appearing there.
And talk to me about that spirituality. Is it something you grew up with? Why is it such an important part of your music?
It's because myself, I'm a traditional worker, yeah, traditional healer. So, yeah, I'm like this with my spirituality.
And do you find, because we know that the genre of gospel music is very big in South Africa, do you find that the genre has made a space for traditional gospel and as well as spiritual music, like you call it?
Yes,
do
they
live together? They make space for each other?
Yes, of course. Spirit and traditional healing, it's one, because we all have the spirituality inside our music or in our music, but differently. But it's one at the same time. It's the two that makes one.
Now tell me, when you were growing up, what were some of the musical influences you were exposed to as a young man? Or even a child, as it were?
Yeah, your Mzambia, your Msawawa, and our ghetto heroes like Mandoza, Zola. Yeah, I used to listen to that too much, and Dr. Rebecca Malupe, Yolundi. Yeah, so those are gospel artists. Like, it depends how we preach on the music, because I feel like even every genre has that thing of gospel, because you can find Zola talking with stars in his song. That's gospel. He's preaching, yes.
Now, you know, it's an interesting point of discussion that you've got this space and a headlining space at this gospel festival. So it must mean that those two worlds within spirituality and gospel music does live together. But we do know that there are people who would say, oh no, I'm a Christian. There shouldn't be a place for a sangoma or somebody who's making music that they see as spiritual. What do you say to that criticism?
I wouldn't say much, because that's their own belief. But I would say those two, they are one. And let's try to keep it together. We wouldn't do that to other people. I wouldn't do that to other people to say, if I'm a sangoma, I would tell a person that you mustn't go to church or whatnot. Because I feel like we are one.
Yeah. Now tell us about who else is going to be performing at this festival, because it's going to be quite a huge event.
There's a lot of people, I can't be mentioning them.
Okay.
But yeah, there's a lot of people there, big acts too.
No, absolutely. You know, the music industry has come through a very, very tough time because events like this couldn't take place because of COVID and all of that. And the country's still going through a tough time, but we can now gather. What have the last few years been like for you in terms of your career? And have things turned around? Or are things looking up now again?
Things are looking up now, but those times were hard because we couldn't eat as artists. We couldn't send money home. We have families. Some of those families, they look up to us to feed them. So, yeah, it was very, very, very painful. But now, yes, we're looking up.
And I suppose during these tough times, it's the spiritual music and the gospel music that people now really need to uplift them.
Yes.
What are you hoping that your fans and perhaps people who haven't been exposed to your music, what are you hoping that they will experience when seeing you perform or hearing your music?
I expect them to be healed, mostly, because that's what I believe my music does to people. Yeah, to have confidence in themselves and to know these beliefs, they are one, like I said, now. Yeah, so that's what I need.
Now, we live in a time where people now can release music on social media and all kinds of digital platforms.
Yes.
It's obviously very important about getting your message out there. What for you, however, how does that fit with the in-person concerts. I'm sure there's nothing that can ever replace that in-person engagement and connection with music lovers who see you perform.
I think these social platforms, they're doing very well for us, because even if you are not under a label now, you can push your music and then people connect with you on the TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and so forth. So yeah, it's really nice for them to connect with us on those social platforms. So I'm happy with that.
Now tell us where people can find out more about you as well as this festival coming up at the end of the month.
At _SA Instagram, on YouTube, Ndumbeni Entertainment, at _SA Facebook. They must follow me there so that I can keep them up
to speed with all of your movements. Okay, so this is Nkosi where he's going to be one of the people performing. I'm going to excuse you from your chair right now because he's going to be performing for us. But that is going to be the Lebowakgomo, is the host town or city in Limpopo. And on the 30th of this month is where this huge gospel event, a music event, will be taking place. He, of course, is known as an Afro-pop artist. He's told us, look, call it what you want. My music is spiritual. He's also a sangoma, a big part of what he does. And he is just going to be one of the many performers, a variety of artists there, ready to entertain us like he is right now as we come to the close of
Buzanami bazokela kumalini malahlini ngakuliswa umagogo vele thina singena next elokishini makasana mina ngiphuma le dustin elokishini makasana mina ngiphuma le dustin laba sebakuza umhlo sebabona inkosi yesizwe laba sebakuza umhlo Ushispana ngidlali igama lami unkosi yesizwe igama lami unkosi yesizwe igama lami unkosi yesizwe mawubabuza bazokutshela igama lami unkosi yesizwe igama lami unkosi yesizwe igama lami unkosi yesizwe kuza ngame zonke izizwe imisangoma somculo esamba nogogo nomkhulu Ngame mpakathi noma ungabuza MT imuhlanya kakhulu that's why they call me crazy igama lami unkosi yesizwe igama lami unkosi yesizwe igama lami unkosi yesizwe mawubabuza bazokutshela igama lami unkosi yesizwe igama lami unkosi yesizwe igama lami unkosi yesizwe